Why the less you care, the happier you are. Humanity seems to be falling into a strange paradox. The more we strive to accumulate money, fame, and social connections, the more our souls feel exhausted and insecure. We busily adorn our lives with glittering layers of jewelry, yet behind them is the frantic breath of someone drowning in exhaustion. Have you ever stopped to wonder, could the secret to true happiness lie not in adding, but in subtracting? A timeless remedy for healing is the art of living lightly. It is the journey of finding peace not by conquering the world, but by letting go of the excess burdens in the mind. Lesson 1. Subtract daily. The art of letting go. Imagine you are embarking on a journey to climb a high mountain. At first, your backpack is light with a little water and a map. Your feet move as gracefully as an early summer breeze. However, along the way, out of fear of scarcity, fear of judgment, or fear of missing out, you begin to pick up stones of expectation and comparison to put in your bag. One stone is the applause of others. Another is the fear of falling behind. Soon you find yourself out of breath, your legs too heavy to take another step. We feel miserable not because the path is steep, but because our backpack is too heavy. If acquiring knowledge is a process of accumulation, then training the will to let go is a process of refining and eliminating. Letting go is not about losing, it is about liberating yourself from the entanglements of the heart. When you dare to discard unnecessary stones, dead-end worries, or old memories, you will find yourself returning to who you truly are, calm, whole, and remarkably light. Lesson 2. Happiness lies at the stopping point. Contentment is freedom. Why do we run forever without seeing the finish line? Because most of us are chasing a shadow. Human desire is like one's own shadow under the sun. The faster you run, the further it moves ahead. The more you want to grasp it, the more it eludes your reach. This is an endless race that keeps the soul in a state of constant agitation. The greatest disaster is not knowing what is enough. A person may have a grand house and wide gates, but if their heart always craves more, their mind is no different from a cramped bird cage. Conversely, a person who knows enough can live in a small room, yet their soul is as vast as the ocean. True happiness does not lie in the quantity of assets, but in the leisure of no longer being driven by greed. When desires decrease, life naturally has fewer storms. When you know how to stop at the right time, you will see that what you already have is a treasure that many dream of. Lesson 3. The Power of Softness, Living like Water. Water is soft. It always seeks the lowest ground to flow. It never competes, yet it nourishes all things. In life, we often exhaust ourselves trying to control everything, from our careers to the emotions of others. Imagine you are holding a net to catch a rushing stream. No matter how much you strain, the water still slips through the mesh. The truth is, the more we try to control our loved ones, the further they drift. The more we force life to go our way, the easier we break before life's events. Nothing in the world is softer than water, yet nothing can surpass it. When you drop the net of control, you not only lighten your heart, but also see the direction of the flow of life for the first time. To live like water is to adapt, to know when to step back in order to move further. Not competing, yet no one in the world can compete with you. That is the peak of inner strength. Powerful but not jagged, free but still maintaining the original heart. Lesson 4. Living simply for a pure soul. Think of your soul as a lake. When the water is still and clear, it naturally reflects the entire beauty of the blue sky. But if every day we throw into it a handful of anxiety, a stone of anger, or the debris of envy, the water will gradually become murky. Eventually, you will no longer see the sky, but only the turmoil within your own heart. In modern society, we often confuse busyness with effectiveness. Many people rush into work frantically just to satisfy other standards, to be recognized and praised. This is the trap of vanity. Living simply is the act of tidying up the room of the mind, discarding disruptive goals and toxic relationships. When you reduce vanity, light and air, clarity, find the space to rush in. A simple mind is the wealthiest mind. Lesson 5. Following nature. Living in harmony with the invisible order of all things. Visualize this through the image of rowing a boat downstream. If you try to row against the current, you will be exhausted and easily capsize. But if you follow the flow, skillfully adjusting the oar at the right time, mindfulness, you will travel faster while remaining relaxed enough to admire the beautiful scenery on both banks. The wise understand that everything in this world follows the law of impermanence, birth, existence, decay. Instead of clinging or worrying about the future, they accept change as a matter of course. Following nature is not being passive, but acting with right timing and moderation. When you no longer force things, no longer pressure yourself to live by the standards of the crowd, you achieve a solid inner strength. When the mind is peaceful, life is peaceful. That is the peak of spiritual freedom. Happiness is not a destination of accumulation, but the state of a soul that has been cleansed of excess desires. The more lightly we live, the more clearly we see who we are and feel the fullness of the present moment. Among the things you are trying to hold on to today, what truly brings you peace, and what are merely heavy stones dragging your feet on the journey of life? Wishing you find freedom in letting go, so that your soul is as clear as a calm lake, fully reflecting the beauty of yourself.